Hello class, this is Mr. Hart. In this podcast we want to go over area of circles and how to calculate the area of sectors of circles. Okay, so last podcast we were looking at the circumference and arc lengths, looking at the outside of the circle. In this podcast we're going to look at the inside of the circle, or the area of the circle. Okay, how much area that circle takes up. And so you probably remember from a previous math class that the area of a circle is equal to pi r squared. Okay, or in other words, the area is equal to pi times the radius squared. Okay. So it's a very simple formula. You just need to find the radius of the circle, square it, and times it by pi. That will give you how much area or how much space that circle takes up. Okay. So let's go ahead and just try an example. So let's say we're looking at this circle right here. It has a radius of 6. And we're trying to find how much space this circle takes up, how much area it has. We're just going to use that formula we looked at. The area is equal to pi times the radius squared. Okay. So you can see that our radius is equal to 6. So we're going to take 6 and square it. Okay. And if you put that in your calculator, you're going to get that is equal to pi times 36. Okay. And we're just going to rewrite that slightly because usually we put the numbers in front of pi. So our exact answer is going to be 36 pi. Okay, so that's how much area this circle has. It's 36 pi. Again, that's how we write it exactly. If we want to approximate, we just times that out on our calculator. We do 36 times pi. And that's going to give us 113 about. Okay. So again, just like before, find an exact, find an approximate. You're just going to use pi r squared to find the area. Okay? So let's look at a new term that you may have not heard of before. We're going to talk about a sector. So again, let's say we have a circle. And on that circle, we're going to make an angle, okay, through the circle. And so before we were finding the arc length, which is that distance along the outside of the circle. In this case, let's say we want to find the area of just this portion of the circle. Okay, like if you were eating a slice of pizza, for example, you may want to know how much pizza you're getting compared to the rest of the pizza. Okay, so if we cut it up like a pizza or a pie, we make that slice out of the circle. This is called a sector. Okay, so the sector isn't just this outside length, it's this whole portion of the circle. Okay, we call that the sector. Okay, so we want to find the area of a sector, and to do that, we use the following formula. The area of a sector, okay, we'll abbreviate it A dot S. There should be a dot there. So area of a sector is equal to pi r squared times angle over 360. So again, like in the last podcast where we found the arc length, we were just taking a proportion of the circumference. In this case, we're taking a proportion of the normal area. Okay, so the area of a sector is just how much of the circle you've got compared to the regular area. Okay, so this is still the radius. This is the angle of the sector, how much of the angle you have of that sector. Okay, just like before. So you find the area, times it by how much of the circle you have. That gives you the area of that sector. Okay, let's look at an example. So let's say you have this circle. It has a radius of 3, and you want to find the area of this sector, 120 degrees. Okay, you want to find how much area just that portion of the circle takes up. Okay, well, we're going to use our formula. The area of a sector is equal to pi r squared times the angle over 360. We identify that the radius is 3 in this case, and the angle is 120. So we get pi times 3 squared times 120 over 360. Okay, so we square 3, you put that in your calculator, you get that's equal to 9 pi. And 120 over 360, if you simplify that out, is equal to 1/3. Okay. 9 divided by 3 is going to give us 3, so our exact answer is 3 pi. So that area of the circle is exactly 3 pi. Then if we wanted to find the approximate, we plug that into our calculator. 3 times pi, which gives us 9.42 about. Okay? So there we go. We know exactly how much this sector is. We know approximately how much the area of this sector is. Okay? Let's do one more problem just to make sure we got it. So we have this circle. Okay, we have an angle of 80 degrees. We have a radius of 5. We're trying to find this sector, okay, the area of that sector, how much area that portion takes up. Okay, so we put it into our formula. Area of a sector is equal to pi r squared times the angle over 360. Okay, so the radius in this case is 5. The angle in this case is 80. If we plug 5 squared into our calculator, we get that that's 25 times pi. And then 80 over 360 is a little bit harder to simplify, but you could rewrite it as 8 over 36. Okay, you could even divide both of those by 2, and you could get that that is 4. That is 4 over 18. You could divide both of those by 2 again, and you get that that is 2 over 9. Okay, that's a simple fraction we can work with. Okay, so you times by 2, that gives you 50. Divide by 9, that's just going to give you 50 ninths times pi. Okay, so that's our exact answer, 50 ninths pi. Okay, if we want an approximate answer, a much easier one to read, we just do 50 divided by 9 times pi in our calculator. That's going to give us 17.45. Okay, so there you go. That's how you find the area of sectors, find portions of circles. Okay, hopefully that all made sense. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching.